Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Addict and today we have a very exciting day. A brand new laundry mod has been released for The Sims 2. If you have been around my channel for a little while, you will know that some time ago, so many years ago, I did a video covering an amazing functional laundry mod that was released for The Sims 2 by the Sun and Moon Star Factory. Now back in the day that was Laundry 1.0. Since then Laundry 2.0 was released and I always meant to make a video covering that and I never got round to it, so sorry about that. We will talk a little bit about Laundry 2.0 in this video, but the new laundry mod has come out. It is called Simple Laundry and it is by a team of modders and creators: Lamar, TViki Sims, Epi Sims, Gummilat, Platinum Aspiration. Lots of people have worked together on this particular mod and I wanted to take a look at it and do a little review for you all today. Maybe do some comparisons between this new laundry mod and the Sun and Moon laundry mod, my thoughts about it, because clearly I'm just the laundry queen apparently. Well, you know, honestly, with two small children, I do a lot of laundry in my daily life. So as I said, this new laundry mod is called Simple Laundry. It is available here on Mod The Sims and there is also a link to it on Lamar's Tumblr. So Simple Laundry is, as it says, a slightly simplified version of a laundry mod that has been made, and it uses a lot of meshes, animations and interactions from The Sims 4. Lamar is actually super talented and converted some of the animations from The Sims 4 into The Sims 2, which is just incredible to me. And it comes with a clothesline, some washers and dryers, some hampers, and some various models for laundry piles, bags, and mods. As I said, yeah, some beautiful animations that have been made for this. And then there are a couple of optional add-ons as well that we will talk about. So this mod is great. It has a very beautiful, clear description here on Mod The Sims, so you can take a read through this. So with this mod, the base mod is activated by placing any laundry object on your Sims lot, and if you do so, they will start spawning laundry. Laundry piles will not appear on the ground unless you also get the change outfit leave clothing pile add-on, which I personally really like, so I definitely will be using that in today's review. Otherwise, nothing will appear on the ground, and over time laundry will just slowly accumulate and build up in the hampers and then can be washed and dried in the washing machine, or of course dried on the clothesline as well. So as I mentioned, there are some optional add-ons for this mod. There is an add-on for change outfit leave clothing pile, which is all tunable, and there is a description of that. There's also an optional add-on for laundry motive decay bonuses, so to get slower hygiene and comfort decay for doing laundry, it sort of just provides a bit of an incentive for doing laundry. There's also an optional add-on for being able to wash clothes in the sink, which I think is a nice little add-on. But yeah, so if we take a look here, this set adds laundry to your game. Wash clothes in a washing machine or sink, dry them in a dryer or on a clothesline, drop clothing piles on the floor, store dirty laundry in hampers, build a commercial laundromat, and get motive bonuses for doing laundry. We made this with Platinum Aspiration and TViki Sims, who converted the objects, did mesh texture editing and much more. Lamar did logic interactions, converted animations and sounds. We used the models from The Sims 4 and some CC creators, door animation by Bex, shadow file by Lord Crumps, and a motive decay idea from a Lazy Duchess mod, all sprinkled with helpful input from Epi, Sims, and Gummilat, so thank you all. So yeah, big like group project, which is pretty cool. So how laundry works: a hamper placed on a lot gets filled over time depending on household size and average sloppiness of family members. At some point the laundry starts to smell bad, encouraging Sims to do laundry. For one neat Sim, it takes about 8 days for the hamper to become disgusting, or for a family of 6 sloppy Sims, about 2 days. Of course, you can wash the basket's contents before it gets to that state. With the change outfit leaves clothing pile add-on, Sims will sometimes drop laundry piles on the floor after changing their outfit, depending on their neatness and the presence of hampers on the lot. As I said, this is all tunable, so I will show you guys how to tune that, and then yeah, it goes into more details about washing and drying and storing clothes. And yeah, so as the mod description says, you can go ahead and just grab the laundry everything folder if that is your desire. I mean, that's what I did, that's what I'd recommend personally, and that will give you all of the items that you see here. And then I also wanted to let you guys know that on Tumblr, Platinum Aspiration went ahead and converted some extra washers and dryers that can be used in a functional laundromat, which is really cool, and they stack on top of each other. So I have also downloaded this and I can show you guys how that works. Also today, there was some more laundry hampers that were released, converted by Tiviki Sims, but at the moment there's actually, weirdly enough, no download link on this post, so I'm not really sure how to actually download these. I assume that Lamar will go back in and actually add a download link at some point soon, so hopefully there'll be a download link there for you if you want some extra laundry hampers. So yeah, really cool concept for a laundry mod. Let's dive into the game and take a look at how it works. But alright, so here we are in a test family of mine. This family has 4 Sims, and what I'm going to do is sort of give these Sims a range of neatness points. So we're going to have 1 Sim who's quite neat, 1 Sim who's average, and 2 Sims that are quite sloppy. So as the mod description says, to activate the mod, you simply need to place any of the laundry objects on your lot. All the laundry objects for this mod are in plumbing miscellaneous. That is where you're going to find all your washers, dryers, hampers, etc. So I can go ahead and activate this mod by putting a washing machine on this lot. So I'm going to grab this one. This is the Jomo washing machine. I think it's a very nice mesh. And then we can also put in a dryer, and we can also put in a clothesline just for good measure, so I can show you guys all of the different sort of options that we have with our mod here. So right now I'm not going to put any hampers on the lot because I want to show you guys the laundry dropping on the floor. And basically, as the mod says, there are different values for how likely it is that your Sims are going to drop laundry on the floor or not. I have actually changed mine so that a sloppy Sim is always going to drop laundry on the floor if they change their outfit. An average neatness Sim is going to do it about half the time with no hamper on the lot, and a neat Sim is going to do it like 10% of the time with no hamper on the lot. But so with our Sims here, we can go ahead and, for example, just change outfit a couple of times. And so you can see here, oh, her skin's glitched. Okay, just ignore the fact that her skin's glitched. This is a test hood. It doesn't matter. It's fine. But yeah, because she is a sloppy Sim and I had her change her outfit, she's dropped a pile of clothes on the floor. Whereas Mr. Tester here, who is quite a neat Sim, if I have him change his outfit, he is probably not going to drop any clothes on the floor. And then we have little Dwayne here, who is also quite a sloppy Sim. So if I have him change outfit, he will probably drop a pile of clothes on the floor. Yes, he does. And then our other Sim is a teenager. He's up here playing video games in his bedroom. He's an average neatness Sim, so I'm curious if he's going to drop any clothes on the floor. Let's take a look if I have him change his outfit a couple of times. So again, this is with the change clothes, leaves laundry or clothing pile add-on. Otherwise, yep, so he's dropping some piles of laundry on the floor. Otherwise, they're not likely to do so. Now, one really cool thing that I really like about this mod is that there are a couple of different meshes and color variations for the clothing piles that will get left on the floor. So you can see here when Jordan has changed his outfit a couple of times, he's dropping this particular mesh of a clothing pile on the floor, whereas earlier our Sims who were dropping clothing piles down here, these are some sort of Sims 4 meshes that look a little bit different. And I think that's a really nice feature of this mod, that there is variation in the mesh for the clothing piles that will be dropped on the floor. I just think that's a really cool sort of feature, and I really enjoyed that when I was play testing. But so you can see here we've got some laundry piles on the floor because there are no hampers on the lot. So with these laundry piles, because I have a washing machine on the lot, what I can have Candace here do is put these laundry piles away. And so she's going to go ahead and pick them up, and then she's going to collect all of the, I only have to select the interaction once. She's going to walk around the lot. Oh, those stairs are backwards. That's because of some testing I was doing. Just ignore that. I only have to select the interaction once. She's going to walk around, pick up all the piles of laundry that are on the lot, and then she is going to, just ignore that she's walking backwards down those stairs. She is going to come in here and she is actually going to store them in the washing machine for washing at a later point. Otherwise, with laundry piles on the floor, I can also just select in interaction to wash clothes straight from the floor, and she will walk around, collect all the laundry laundry piles and then wash them in the washing machine. So I can have her go ahead and wash these clothes. There's, as you see, some really nice animations for this set. She's going to go ahead, turn that on, and that will take a couple of minutes to wash in the washing machine. One of my favorite things that I noticed about this mod is that the clothes move around while they're being washed. I just thought that was a really nice feature. I was like, I love that. That's really cool. And then, yeah, once they are washed, we will be able to dry them. Okay, so once the washing has finished, there is a little beep, and then your sim can come over and dry the clothes. Oh, Candace has just had an error. What's wrong with you, Candace? Did you want to come and dry the clothes? Were you upset that I told your dad to do it instead of you? She's like, I'm the laundry person in this household, which I don't really know why, considering she's a fairly sloppy sim. Anyway, once the laundry's done, she will come and pick it up, put it over into the dryer, some more nice animations that you can see here, and then she is going to dry those clothes. Drying in the clothes dryer takes about 40 sim minutes, or about an in-game hour. Your other option for drying clothes is obviously to dry them on the washing line. So if we have her just wash some more clothes, you don't need to have any dirty laundry anywhere in order to wash clothes. You can just do it whenever you like. So if you have a couple of hampers that have some clothes in them, you could wash them. But if you don't have any hampers, they can just, as I said, wash clothes whenever, because there's no sort of like numerical value. There's no amount of dirty laundry that you have on your lot. It just sort of gets pulled out of thin air. And then she's going to wash some more clothes, and I'll show you drying them on the washing line in just a minute. Okay, the dryer just finished. So she is now going to go ahead and get the dry, fresh clothes out of the dryer. Very nice. And then usually, it didn't happen that time, but usually there's a pop-up to say that the members of the household, because they got some nice clean washing, are going to have a boost to their comfort need and their hygiene need for the next couple of hours, which is kind of a nice little optional add-on that you can get, which is the optional motive decay bonus add-on that you can have. Okay, so while we're waiting for more washing to finish, I'll show you guys some of the hampers that you get with this mod. So you get this one here, this one here. These are going to be very familiar to you if you've used the Sun and Moon Star Factory mod, or if you play The Sims 4, because they are very similar meshes. But yeah, so we get these 4 options for clothing hampers. And then, yeah, there's some extra ones that have been made. So hopefully the download link for them will be fixed on Lamar's Tumblr, and you'll be able to download those as well. But so our sim here, Candace, she is a sloppy sim. So by default, the mod is tuned that if you get the optional add-on for dropping a pile of clothing on the floor when they change their outfit, a sloppy sim with no hamper present will drop clothes 30% of the time, or if there's a hamper present, it reduces that likelihood by 10%. Now, I have gone ahead and actually tuned my mod, so it's a little bit different. So a sloppy sim in my game will, if there's no hamper, they will drop clothes 100% of the time, and then the hamper reduces that likelihood by about 30%. Also, I've just noticed that my wall here is not actually painted. Anyway, but so she, with a hamper in this room, she will have a 30% chance of dropping clothes on the floor as I have her change her outfit a few times. So let's have her go ahead and cycle through her clothes. Just, maybe she's trying on her entire outfit to see what she likes and what she doesn't like. And yeah, you can see she's not dropping clothes on the floor every single time, but most of the time she is. So that is a sloppy sim. Our average neatness sim here, Jordan, he's 5 points of neatness. By default, in the default tuning of the mod, he has a 20% chance of dropping a pile of clothes with no hamper present, or a 10% chance with a hamper present. I've tuned mine so it's 60-30. But so if we have him change his clothes a couple of times, and I'm not sure how it works if he's in a completely different room to the hamper as well. That's actually an interesting question. So let's have you change your outfit. Keep clicking on the wrong thing. Have you change your outfit quite a few times there, Jordan, and see what you do. Yeah, so he's not dropping clothing very often at all there. He just dropped one there. Yeah, so you can see he's an average neatness sim. He's dropping clothing way less often than our sloppy sim. And then Mr. Tester over here, he is a neat sim. He will never drop clothes on the floor by default, or, you can tune it to whatever value you like. But so if I have Mr. Tester here, go ahead and put away this laundry that has dropped on the floor. He will get up. Sorry, you're going to stop hanging out with your son, Dwayne, there. He's going to go around the lot. I only have to select the interaction once, which is quite nice. And then, yeah, he's going to walk around. He's going to pick up all the dirty piles of laundry that are around, and then he's going to place them in the hamper here. And then once there's clothing in here, I can click on this and select to wash clothes. Now, currently there is clothes in the washing machine, wet clothes. So if I have him wash these clothes, I believe he's going to go to a sink. Yeah, and he's going to wash his clothing in the sink instead. Which is kind of a fun add-on. And then I believe he's going to take the clothes down to the dryer and tell them to dry automatically. Oh, and he's going to get those wet clothes as well. I didn't actually want you to do that because I wanted to show drying the clothes on the washing line. That's all right. When this load is finished, then we'll show drying those clothes on the washing line. Okay, so this washing has now finished, and he's actually about to dry it in the dryer, which I don't want him to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I want you to dry it. Oh, now he's glitched out. Damn it. I wanted him to dry it on the washing line. Gosh dang it. So you can see that the laundry objects do have a fairly high amount of autonomy. The Sims are pretty drawn towards doing their laundry. If the washing finishes, one of the Sims tends to walk over and take it out of the washing machine and try to dry it, which is cool. Yeah, it's a nice feature to have, some nice sort of autonomy on these interactions. Right, so here he comes, the washing's finished, and because there's now no dryer, he's going to take this wet laundry out to the washing line and hang it up on the line. And I love this animation. Lamar converted this one from The Sims 4. I think it looks really nice with the little pegs and everything. Now, drying washing on the line does take significantly longer than drying washing in the dryer. I think in the dryer it's about, 40 sim minutes, but it takes a number of hours to dry on the clothesline. And if it starts to rain, the clothes can get damp again and then need to dry again. Currently, there is only this outdoor washing line. I do think that a nice addition to this mod would be an indoor sort of air dryer. I forget what these are called, but something like this from the Jomo laundry set I think would be a nice addition to this mod, so that the Sims can also dry their clothes indoors without a dryer. And then the other thing that this mod currently doesn't have that I would like to see is some kind of requirement for detergent, maybe as an optional add-on. Just to be able to actually need detergent to wash your clothes, I think would be really nice. And this is something that is part of the Sun and Moon Star Factory laundry mod, and in Laundry 2.0 was actually updated so that you basically take a box of detergent, a box of washing powder, and then you can stock the washing machine to be able to wash a certain amount of loads of laundry. And I think that was a really nice way of doing that. So I would love to see an optional add-on for this mod where you do require to have detergent to wash your clothes, because I don't know, I'm just a sucker for those kind of like realistic mods, and then you could, sell washing detergent in your grocery stores and things, and I think that would be really nice to see. That might just be personal preference though. And I do understand that the whole idea of this mod is that it's simple laundry, and maybe I'm trying to make it too complicated. I don't know. But so if there is no washing machine and no hamper present on the lot, and we get, say we just have a clothesline, so this clothesline will activate the laundry mod just by being on the lot with nothing else here. And then say we get little Dwayne over here to come and change his clothes a number of times, and we'll see if we can get some laundry piles. We should get quite a few. Okay, he really should be spawning more piles of laundry than that, but that's okay. Here are a couple piles anyway. So now our only options are to wash the clothes in the sinks, but if I then go ahead and remove the sinks, or say you don't have the wash clothing in sinks optional add-on, one thing that I noticed when I was first testing this mod, because I didn't have any sinks on the lot, is that if I have a Sim go ahead and try to deal with this laundry, their only option is put away, and this will essentially just delete the laundry. So they'll just pick it up and it'll just disappear into thin air. So it doesn't go into their inventory or anything like that. It doesn't sort of stack up in any way to then need to be washed, say at a laundromat. It just disappears. I don't know, I think, again, this is probably personal preference. I would probably prefer to see it go into the Sims inventory. I think it would be cool to actually see washing in their inventory that they then, take to the laundromat and wash at the laundromat or something like that. But again, I understand this is meant to be a simpler laundry mod, and so they will probably just try to, not get too complicated. with all the details. So in terms of the meshes for the washing machines that we get by default, as I have sort of shown some of them, these are some conversions from The Sims 4. Then we have this washer and dryer set, which is a couple of CC washing machine conversions. These were originally by Sims CC. The Jomo ones come with the mod, which we have already seen. Then we also have these two. And I think they're like, honestly, they look really similar to these ones. So, and then the ones that Platinum Aspiration converted as an add-on for if you want to make a laundromat. I love these ones. So these are really cool. The dryer floats by default. So it sort of, you know, just goes up there and sits on top of the washing machine. You can also stack your other washers and dryers. If you have the Shift Everything mod and use Move Objects on, you can then stack them on top of each other like that. The animations will look a little bit funny, but you can also do that with these ones as well, because you will notice all of these washing machines in this mod are front loaders. There are no top loaders currently, because the animations are all obviously for front loader washing machines, which I think is fine. I think it's a bit of a shame that there's no option to have like kind of older, crappier looking top loaders like the Sims 3 meshes or some of the Sims 4 meshes, because I feel like these washing machines, they're all quite modern, and they're obviously 4:2 in style. So if you don't play a 4:2 game, they might look a little bit plasticky, a little bit blocky, a little bit jarring. And it may be, I don't know, I think it would be nice to see some alternative meshes that are a little bit more old-fashioned, a little bit less modern, and maybe 3:2 conversions rather than 4:2 conversions. So that would be cool to see. Obviously, it's not, you know, necessary at all for the functionality of the mod. And in general, I think the functionality of the mod is really good. It's just something that, yeah, I personally would enjoy seeing. Something else I have tested is that a maid, if you have a maid come to the house, they will happily pick up all the piles of dirty laundry that are on the floor, if there are piles of dirty laundry on the floor, and put them away in a hamper. I don't think they will actually do washing. Like, I don't think they'll use a washing machine. We could probably test that, actually. Let's have a go. Okay, so here's our maid. She is picking up our dirty laundry. I don't currently have a hamper, and so I'm interested to see what she does. Okay, yeah, so she's going to do our washing for us. Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you, Carla. Very cool. I wasn't sure if she was going to just put it in the washing machine and leave it there, or if she was actually going to wash it, but it looks like the maids will do laundry, so that is cool. Now, something else just to mention about this mod is there is also a toggleable feature where if a sim is outside and they change their clothes for whatever reason, say they're going to get in the pool and go swimming, or yeah, it's like cold and they change into their outerwear, they are not going to drop a pile of laundry on the floor by default. Now, this is toggleable. You can change this as part of the add-on for dropping a pile of clothing, and I'll show you guys how to do that when we jump into SimPE in a minute. But I thought that was actually kind of a nice quality of life feature, and yeah, a nice option to be able to toggle on or off. Like, yeah, if you want your Sims to leave dirty clothes outside or not. Okay, so in terms of laundromats, we've just popped over into a Pleasant View save of mine to show you guys I have built this little laundromat, and it is going to be available for download in the video description if you guys want this for your games. I thought it turned out quite cute. It uses very minimal custom content, so don't freak out too much. It's mostly Maxis with a couple of bits and pieces from this new laundry mod, as well as a couple of decorative pieces. But yeah, so we have a little laundromat here. As I sort of mentioned before, the sim doesn't have to have any like dirty laundry with them to use the laundromat. They will just come in and sort of can pay money to wash and dry clothes. So our sim here is going to come in and wash their clothes for 10 simoleons. I've included a little barista area in my laundromat here, so your sim can sit down and have a cup of coffee while they wait for their washing to finish. And my sim here is actually very tired, so that might be nice to do. As I mentioned, these meshes were converted by Platinum Aspiration. I love them. I think they look awesome. So yeah, let's come over and buy a coffee while we wait for that to happen. And yeah, just to show you guys the laundromat, this is what it looks like. It's very basic. It has a little car park out the back, and if your sim owns a car and you have the park in the car park mod, they can drive in here and park in the car park too. And then yeah, we just have a little unisex bathroom and this laundry area. So you can see here the sims will come over here and try to wash laundry autonomously. I think this guy is blocked right now, so he's trying to wash laundry and he's blocked. He can't get to the machines. Let's just move Jill here for a second. So he keeps just putting it on the floor instead, which is probably not ideal. Terrence, can you move, mate? Thank you. Our laundry is now finished, so we can just put away wet laundry. We don't have to dry it. There is no penalty for not drying laundry. You can just put it away and it will just disappear, and you'll get the... If you have the motive decay add-on, you'll get the boost to the hygiene. Otherwise, we can also then dry the clothes for another 10 simoleons, and so he will move the clothes into one of the dryers. And you can see the animations don't quite line up, but that's fine. That sort of thing doesn't really bother me. And then our clothes are going to dry. All right, now, because we had a coffee, then now he can use the bathroom while we wait for our clothes to dry. And here's Toby Brunig. He's autonomously washing his clothes. So yeah, other Sims will autonomously use the laundromat as well, which is kind of fun. Now our washing has finished, so we can go ahead and grab our washing out, put it away, it disappears into thin air, and then yeah, we would get a needs boost usually, but because he's recently done washing, we need to wait for the timer on the needs boost to run out. Now you can also have your Sim own and run a laundromat. So if we go ahead and have our Sim here purchase a community lot, I might just mother load him just to make sure he's got enough money to buy the laundromat. Costs 50 grand. Wow, Carol. It's a bit of an expensive laundromat. And now if we go back to the laundromat as his owned business, it functions in essentially the same way. Sims will still autonomously come and use the facilities, and I believe that every time a Sim uses one of the machines, our business will earn the money. Okay, so right now we're ranked 0. Let me just go ahead and grab an open close sign just so we can officially open our business. There we go, so business is open. We're gonna have to work as the barista because of course we don't get an NPC on an own lot. Oh yeah, you can't get back there, right? Sorry. Okay, so Malcolm Landgrab here is going to use the machine. He's paid 10 simoleons and we get credited the 10 simoleons, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of cool. Let's see if Angela Pleasant also wants to wash some laundry here and if we will earn money for that. I think we will. Yeah, there we go. We're also going to earn money from Malcolm having a cup of coffee. And you can see they are also gaining customer loyalty from using the facilities as well. So they gain a little bit of customer loyalty from using the machines, which is cool. And so, yeah, you can also have your Sim own and run a laundromat as well if you want to play with Open for Business and have your Sim run a laundromat. So I thought that was kind of a nice feature and something that, yeah, will be a bit of fun if you want to have a Sim do that. Now, I am interested to see what happens if we... Oh, yeah, he can't get out of there. Sorry, buddy. If we go ahead and close the business while there's like sort of laundry in progress. Oh, let me give you some energy. Sorry, dude. So right now there's some washing that's being washed in the machines and everything. And then if we close, everyone's gonna leave. Is that one still? Oh, no, now we can put it away. Okay. So I guess we can just put away everyone's washing that they leave behind at the laundromat. I guess that's fine. Sure, why not? But yeah, as I said, I have shared this little laundromat in the video description, so if you want it, you can download it. As I said, there's a little bit of CC, so there's the laundry mod and a couple of decorative pieces of laundry custom content as well. That was converted by Marion Eves from Dara S. So, little bonus for you guys for today's video. And right, so just to show you guys as well how you can tune the mod to your liking in terms of the dropping clothing piles on the floor, it's really simple. You do need to have SimPE in order to do it. So first of all, there is some tuning for the base laundry mod. So if you open up the laundry core mod, there is a little bit of tuning you can do in here. If you go into the beacons and go into laundry tuning, then once my SimPE loads, let's just give it a minute to think about its life. We can tune how much laundry there needs to be in order for the laundry to be considered unclean. We can tune how much laundry there needs to be in order for a neat Sim, normal Sim, or sloppy Sim to, I guess, autonomously do the laundry. There's a max level for dirty laundry that can be stored in the hampers. And then there's wet clothes spoiling rate. So there's a couple of little tuning options in here. You can also tune how much customer loyalty the Sims will gain from using the machines if you have an own business. And then, yeah, you can tune if it takes into account how many Sims are in the household or the average family sloppiness. So those are some tuning options that you've got here in the base mod. But if you want to tune how often Sims will drop laundry on the floor, you need to open up the add-on Lamar Change Outfit Leave Clothing Pile package. Once again, go into the bacons, go into the tuning file. And then we have here percentage chance for sloppy Sim to leave a laundry pile. So by default, this is going to be 30. So if you come over here to the decimal number, this is your percentage out of 100. So I changed mine so that a sloppy Sim will leave a pile of clothes on the floor 100% of the time if there is no hamper present. So all of these values here, these top 3, are for if there is no hamper on the lot. So for a normal Sim, by default, this is going to be a 20% chance, and I changed mine to 60. You can change this to whatever you want. And then percentage chance for a neat Sim to leave a pile of clothes on the floor if there's no hamper. Mine is set currently to 10, but you can make that whatever you want. And then we see here in line 4, minus percentage if hampers are on the lot. So by default, the tuning for this is 10%. So it will minus off 10% chance if there's a hamper present. But because I made all of mine a lot higher in terms of the likelihood of them dropping a pile of clothes, I then upped this one to 30%. So now if there's a hamper, a sloppy Sim has a 70% chance of dropping a pile of clothes. Then you can also tune in this one, leave pile only if laundry object is on the lot. So this basically controls whether or not this is activated by placing one of the objects from the laundry mod. And I personally think in my gameplay, I'm gonna always have Sims leaving piles of laundry around, whether there's a laundry object present or not, because that's more realistic. You always got to wash your clothes somehow. So I'm actually going to turn that off. But yeah, this is controlled by a 1 for yes or a 0 for no. Then we also have this line here, leave pile only if inside. So this is what I was mentioning before about how if a Sim is outside, they're not going to leave a pile of clothes if they get changed. Again, this is controlled by a 1 for yes or 0 for no. So if you want to have it so that if your Sim gets changed to jump into the pool and go for a swim, they might drop a pile of clothes on the floor, you can go ahead and change that to 0, in which case they will also then leave piles of clothes outside or not. And yeah, that is how you can tune that particular add-on for this mod. There is also tuning for the bonuses you can have with the laundry motive decay bonuses. So if you open that add-on, you can also come into the tuning beacon here. You can tune whether or not you want to see the notification. You can tune the hygiene decay modifier. So I think this is a percentage out of 100. So it's going to slow hygiene decay by 60% by washing clothes. I think that's the way it works. And then the duration is how many hours it's going to last for. So you could, right now this lasts for a number of days. You could change this to whatever you want. I might change mine to last for a single day so that there's an encouragement to wash laundry every day or maybe every 2 days. Then the same for comfort decay modifier. So this is again the percentage out of 100 and the duration. So the amount of hours it will last for. So if a Sim washes and dries their clothing, they will get slower decay for hygiene and comfort for 2 days. And that is, I think, really cool. So I think in general, this is a really cool mod. It's a really cool alternative for people who want, yeah, just like a simpler laundry mod as compared with the Sun and Moon Star Factory mod. Now, if you're not familiar with the Sun and Moon Star Factory mod, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I did make a mod review video for the Sun and Moon Star Factory laundry mod when it first came out a number of years ago. That video, I highly recommend you go and watch it. It is fairly informative. It goes through the mod in detail, sort of shows you how it works. But since then, a version 2 has come out, and so version 2 changed a few things, tweaked a few things. Some of them were my idea, just gonna say. But so yeah, Laundry 2.0 did change a couple of things. So just if you do go back and watch that video, just keep in mind some of the things are no longer relevant because it got updated and there were some quality of life improvements that were made. But of course, the thing about the Sun and Moon Star Factory laundry mod is that it's part of a larger ecosystem. Sun and Moon Star Factory have a whole suite of mods that are all interconnected. You can create your own very customized, sort of medieval flavored, medieval inspired economy based on the Sun and Moon Star Factory mods. So for example, in the Sun and Moon Star Factory laundry system, you do require detergent in order to wash your clothes. And then you can also have a mod by Sun and Moon which is called soap making, where Sims can actually craft laundry detergent, which is kind of cool. Some of the hampers that you can use in the Sun and Moon Star Factory are made of wicker. They're wicker or woven hampers. And then if you have the basket weaving mod by Sun and Moon, you can actually create your own laundry hampers. If you don't have the basket weaving set and you download the laundry mod, then you're going to be missing texture files, and those objects are going to flash blue in your game, which I'll show you here in a minute because mine are actually currently flashing blue. So yeah, the Sun and Moon Star Factory laundry mod is part of sort of a larger ecosystem, and because of that it is a slightly more complicated download. You need to have files from other sets, other Sun and Moon Star Factory sets, in order to make that mod fully functional. And so something that I do like about this simple laundry mod by Lamar is that it's a really simple one-click download. You get everything that you need for the mod to work, and it's just done and it's in your game, and that's quite nice and quite fabulous. Certainly with the new laundry mod, it's less overwhelming. You don't have as much laundry to deal with in general, which is quite nice. I personally have actually tuned my Sun and Moon Star Factory mod so it's less overwhelming. But yeah, this new mod is definitely simpler in terms of, you don't need the laundry detergent. It's a one-click download. You don't get as overwhelmed by laundry as you play. And so I think it's a really nice alternative for people who maybe found the Sun and Moon mod a bit too complicated or a bit too overwhelming. Personally, playing through both of these mods, I've played with the Sun and Moon laundry mod now for years and I love it. I think, yeah, it's a great mod and I'll probably continue to use it for sure in my medieval save, but probably in my modern save I may switch to this new laundry mod by Lamar just because it's a little simpler. I also really like that in this new laundry mod it takes into account the Sims' personality. It takes into account if they are neat or average or sloppy. I think that's really nice. And I would also love to see some traits integration, maybe, if any trait modders out there want to do some traits integration. So maybe a Sim who has the neat trait from the 3:2 traits conversion project, maybe they never drop laundry either. That would be a cool addition. Or maybe if they're a perfectionist, they will never drop laundry on the floor. Or maybe if they're a slob, if they have the slob trait, they will drop laundry 100% of the time. Like, I think, yeah, some traits integration would be a really cool thing to see for this new laundry mod. But I do love that it takes, yeah, those personality aspects into account. And I love how tunable it is too. I think it's really nice that, yeah, you can go in and you can tune all those bits and pieces. But yeah, so I do want to just show you guys a couple of the updates to the Sun and Moon laundry mod, just in case you have watched my old video, and this will kind of give you a good idea of how the mod differs in terms of functionality compared to the simple laundry mod. So let's jump back into the game with the Sun and Moon laundry in, and I'll show you guys a couple of those differences. Okay, so now we're back in the game, and I have put the Sun and Moon Star Factory laundry mod back in just to kind of show you guys the differences and show you guys like what I like about this mod, I guess, over the other mod. So Sun and Moon laundry works very differently. It's not based on a timer, and it's sort of not based on the Sims' sloppiness or neatness. It's more based on the Sim's hygiene level. So if a Sim changes their outfit and their hygiene need, where am I going? Hygiene need is below 75%, and they are going to drop a pile of laundry on the floor no matter what. So if I have him change his outfit, there we go, he spawns some laundry on the floor. And then of course, if he picks up this pile of laundry, and I have a default replacement for the laundry pile, by the way, to make it more modern, it's going to appear in his inventory unless he has a hamper to put it in, and that is just always going to happen no matter if he is neat or not. Then the other main differences are, of course, with the washing machine. You do need to have laundry detergent in order to use it. So we can check our detergent levels. And right now, this washer's detergent level is 0. So we're not going to be able to wash any laundry with this one unless we put in some detergent. So if I go ahead, oops, I've got some missing texture mains. If I go ahead and grab our box of laundry detergent here, I have made it so my boxes of laundry soap will stock the machine for 50 loads of washing. So I can go ahead, and that is tunable with this mod as well. I can add our box of detergent into here. There we go. And now we have enough detergent in the machine to wash 50 loads. So if we go ahead and just spawn a couple more piles of laundry, I think our maid might be leaving, but the maid does interact with the washing in this mod as well. Go ahead and pick that up. Yeah, so he's gonna spawn a bit of laundry. So you can see, like, because it's every time if their hygiene is below a certain value, you do end up with a lot more washing to do in this mod. But yeah, so now he can come over here and wash either 2 loads, 5 loads, or 10 loads of laundry. And you can see here in his inventory, he's got a pile of 5 loads. And then if I put down a hamper, you can see they are, yeah, the same meshes, basically, which is kind of funny. He can go ahead and add his piles of laundry into the hamper, and then we can take them out again, and then we can wash them at home, we can take them to the laundromat, we can do whatever we want with these piles of washing. We do also, of course, have outdoor clothing lines with this mod too, that you can see here. And with this mod, we do have one of those little indoor clothes hoists. What are these called? Oh my god. A drying rack. Yeah, we have a little indoor drying rack with this mod as well that you can use instead of the outdoor ones. But yeah, so those are kind of the main differences, I guess, is that this mod works by just hygiene level and Sims changing their outfits, whereas the simple laundry mod works more on like a timer system. It takes into account the Sims neatness. If you even have the drop laundry add-on, of course you don't have to have the drop clothing pile add-on. That is optional with the other mod. But this mod, I think, is just a little bit more, it's a little bit more intricate. It's a little bit more, yeah, involved, because you get physical piles of washing, and if you don't do them, then your laundry's gonna stack up. The other thing about this mod, which is cool, is that there is an add-on for this mod by Gummilot, which makes it so that dresses require laundry in them in order to use them to change your clothes. So you can download this add-on for the mod from Gummilot if you are interested in this. And it makes it, yeah, so that the Sun and Moon Loads of Laundry adds the ability to put away washing in the dresses, so you get clean clothes after you've done washing, and then you can put it away in the dresses and it will count towards actually stocking the dresses full of clothes, which I think is a really nice add-on for the Sun and Moon Laundry mod, and adds that extra incentive to actually get your laundry done, because otherwise you may run out of clean clothes to use. Of course, if you haven't seen my video where I explore the Sun and Moon Laundry mod, I do recommend checking it out. Just bear in mind that, yeah, that was version 1 of the mod, and we now have version 2, which adds this sort of stocking of the washing machines. Laundromats in the Sun and Moon Star Factory mod also are very functional, customizable. You can run them as a business. You can just have it as a community lot and have your sim go there to wash their clothes. So yeah, there's just some small differences as well, I guess, in animations and things like that. But in general, the Sun and Moon Laundry mod is still a solid option. And yeah, just some different meshes as well. Like these, I love this washer and dryer. I just feel like these are so cool. So these are conversions from The Sims 3. So yeah, just some more variation in models, I guess, of appliances, of washing machines and dryers, which are nice to see. And then, yeah, it's just a little bit different in functionality. I think both mods are great. I think both mods are really good choices. Personally, I probably prefer the simple laundry mod for a modern downloads folder and the Sun and Moon laundry mod for like a medieval downloads folder, but you know, it's going to be personal preference depending on what you like and what you don't like. But alright everyone, that is going to do it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, found it interesting and found it useful. Hopefully it made sense, because I was a bit all over the place with my filming today. It's so hard to do things when you're tired. But if you did enjoy this one, I would really appreciate if you could leave a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell to stay up to date with me and my channel and mods and CC reviews and all the things that I'm currently working on behind the scenes. Alright everybody, take care, thank you for watching, and have a great week. Bye for now.